How goes it, all you sickos? We've got another Kingdom Hearts video for you today, where we will be discussing the Foreteller Gula and his embodiment of the sin, Gluttony. But before we continue any further, as always, be warned that spoilers are on the way. Now, as we covered in some previous videos of mine, all of the Foretellers are based on one of the 7 deadly sins. Gula's name is derived from the Latin word glutire, which translates directly to gluttony. Now, let's uncover the sin gluttony for a moment. Typically, when people hear gluttony, they attribute it to overeating, but it's more appropriately attributed to overindulgence as a whole. Gluttony can be defined as the overindulgence and overconsumption of anything to the point of waste. Gluttony can be interpreted as selfishness, essentially placing concern with one's own impulses or interests above the well-being or interests of others. So for this to reign true, we would have to see Gula overindulge in either himself or his role while displaying selfishness or disregard for his fellow Foretellers. To examine this further, let us go ahead and look at the scene where the Master of Masters gives Gula his role.
Master. Master?
Oh, I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay! Now where... Ah, here it is.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But...
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
And what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant!
Way to steal my thunder, show off!
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius!
I'm... sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Find the traitor that is hidden among you, and stop them before it is too late. This is the role given to Gula by the Master, but if you notice during that scene, in the middle of the Master explaining Gula's role, Gula interrupted him and began reaching his own conclusion. I won't go as far as to say he is overindulging himself in his role just yet, but the signs are clearly there right off the bat. We see signs of this in 2 other brief scenes where we see Gula examining the lost page on his own in a dark alley. Again, the signs of overindulgence with that lost page are clearly there shortly after his role is assigned. Now, moving us forward, let's examine the scene where Aced asks Ava and Gula to form an alliance. We can see more signs of gluttony beginning to develop within Gula.
The darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in. But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the 2 of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula!
Gula obviously has a suspicion that Aced is the traitor, To get close to Aced, he agrees to form an alliance. However, as Ava pointed out, that goes against the Master's teachings. We are starting to see Gula indulge in his role to the point that he has already turned his back on some of the Master's teachings. We see in another scene, which takes place several months after this meeting, that Gula seems to deliberately cause a rift between Aced and Envy.
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees. Oh.
Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why. I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Envy, you will regret this.
Did you happen to notice the way he said that particular line?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Yeah. It seems obvious to me that slip was on purpose. But why? Perhaps Gula is experiencing some confirmation bias when it comes to Aced being the traitor. Perhaps after months without any incidents or signs of the impending darkness, Gula seems to be planting seeds to get the ball rolling. Inevitably, this leads to a confrontation between Aced and Envy, one that Gula is suspiciously spectating in hiding. Not only that, we hear him let out a small laugh and a smirk at the confrontation itself, almost as if he feels vindicated by his speculation. However, we see that things don't end up so well for Gula, for when he goes to confront Aced, things don't go quite as he had planned.
It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
Aced knocks Gula down, but after Ava's protection, wanders off. He's then found by Ira and forgiven for his wrongdoings. Gula goes into hiding, and we end up with his final scene in back cover as a conversation between him and Ava. It's in this scene here we see it all come into fruition as he becomes a glutton for not only the truth of the lost page, but for Lux.
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal. It talks about the one who bears the sigil. That's it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. My role is to find out who it is. I suspected Aced and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why! The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But In order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing. Help me with this.
As Gula himself stated, everything on that lost page was ambiguous at best. The lost page gave no clear indication as to who the traitor was. Gula's self-indulgence to his role and the lost page pushed him towards conclusions that weren't sound. He ends up here at the end broken and desperate. Could it be that the Master knew Gula would react this way to his role? In his desperation, he sets out on a mission to collect more Lux, even though it would upset the balance beset by the Master. Knowing this, he decides to do it anyway. His overindulgence with the lost page and his role pushed him even further into being a glutton, not just for Lux, but for the truth of the lost page. And in the end, it blinded him. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. What do you guys think? Were any of Gula's actions justified? Did the Master set him up for failure? And where do you think this character goes from here? Drop a comment down below, give this video a like, and I will see all you beautiful sickos next time.